Hi, Professor Hessman. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. For my self-evaluation, I'll start with my introduction. For my attention getter, I think it was good because I started off looking at the camera, and it was also an interesting fact that led into my speech about organ donation. One thing I could have worked on in my speech is my thesis statement and my preview points, just because in my first main point, it was kind of unclear when I listened back to my speech, so I think that's something that I could have done a better job on. In the body of my speech, I think my main points were definitely logically related to each other, because I talked about how to become an organ donor for each, and I also talked about specific facts and kind of positive aspects of both types of organ donation. I definitely think I put a lot of pathos and logos in my speech. I don't think a lot of ethos. I feel like my ethos came a lot more in the conclusion. I definitely use a lot of research. However, I could have cited the more sources out loud when I was reading what I had gotten from the websites. I think my presentation was relevant to the audience, especially what's kind of going on in the world today with COVID-19. But I also made sure to use a lot of my survey responses, because I think my questions were really good pertaining to my speech, and I think that was good to use those responses because it helped me tie it to my audience. I did use a break light function, and I did restate my thesis and main points. I liked my audience response just because I tied it to COVID-19 today, and it's an experience that we're all having right now, and it's kind of the first one I think that many of us have experienced. So I think that was good. Just something like organ donation, something that we can kind of control if we would like to do it, and COVID-19 right now is just something that's basically out of our hands. And going off of that, I think my ending was good, just because 6 feet apart, yes, that's something that we can do right now, but also organ donation, you can save lives that way too. So I liked my ending. I think my eye contact was really good. I only looked at the PowerPoint, but I think it was really good. I think my visual aid was good. I definitely tried to put a lot, not too much, but put some on there, just stuff that I could not say in my speech, just for time and just for clarity. And then I did have a lot of gestures with my hands, which I think were meaningful. One thing that I could work on is slowing down and articulating more. I definitely heard that in my in this speech. Just I feel like I was really going really fast, and I'm not sure why, but that's something I can definitely work on. Definitely in my previous speech, I noticed not adding a lot of filter words like so. I did that a lot. I think in my rehearsal for this speech, it was at 12 minutes, and I cut it down to 8 minutes, so that's saying something right there about cutting down those words. For my next speech, I think definitely articulating more, which I've kind of struggled with in my my speeches, and I think also slowing down more and taking those meaningful pauses and just not rushing through it, because I think that's what kind of blurs my articulation. And also maybe kind of zooming in more on my camera, just making sure my visual aids, you can see it, but it's kind of a little fuzzy. So I think that's some things that I can work on. So thank you.